What if you woke up in Turkey 100 years ago and the country you knew had vanished? What if, in its place, something entirely new was being born? For the people living in what was once the heart of the Ottoman Empire, this wasn't a hypothetical question. This was their reality in 1923. Imagine the scene. The year is 1923. The smoke is just clearing from the battlefields of World War I and the Turkish War of Independence. The once mighty Ottoman Empire, a global power for over 6 centuries, has crumbled, its flags lowered for the last time. In the bustling streets of Istanbul and across the Anatolian heartland, there's a mix of uncertainty, grief, and a palpable spark of hope. The old world is gone. What comes next? From the ashes of this fallen empire, a new vision emerges, championed by a figure who would forever change the course of history. Mustafa Kemal, later known as Ataturk, the father of the Turks. He wasn't just a military hero who had defended his homeland. He was a revolutionary thinker with a radical dream. He envisioned a nation that looked not to its imperial past, but to a modern, secular, and progressive future. On October 29, 1923, that dream became a reality. The Grand National Assembly declared the Republic of Turkey. This wasn't just a change in government. It was a profound cultural and societal earthquake. Ataturk and his supporters launched a series of sweeping reforms at a pace that was nothing short of breathtaking. The Caliphate, the religious leadership of the Sunni Muslim world, held by the Ottoman sultans for centuries, was abolished. The capital city was moved from the imperial hub of Istanbul to the more central strategic city of Ankara, symbolizing a break from the past and the foundation of a new national identity. But the changes went even deeper, touching every aspect of daily life. Perhaps one of the most significant reforms was the adoption of a new Turkish alphabet based on Latin script, replacing the complex Perso-Arabic script. This single move dramatically increased literacy rates, opening up the world of knowledge and modern ideas to the masses. Suddenly, education was accessible to everyone, not just the elite. Society itself was being remade. A new civil code, based on European models, was introduced, replacing religious law. This granted women rights they had never known before. For the first time, women gained the right to vote and to stand for election, years ahead of many Western countries. They were encouraged to enter the workforce and pursue education, becoming doctors, lawyers, and pilots. The traditional fez was discouraged, and Western-style clothing was promoted, all part of a visual and symbolic shift towards modernity. This was more than just a political revolution. It was a cultural rebirth. Turkey was forging a new identity, one that was Turkish, national, and forward-looking. Ataturk's famous principle, peace at home, peace in the world, became the new foreign policy doctrine, turning away from imperial expansion and focusing on building a stable, sovereign state. A century later, the legacy of 1923 is everywhere in Turkey. The principles of republicanism, secularism, and nationalism laid down by Ataturk continue to shape the nation's debates, its politics, and its identity. The birth of modern Turkey wasn't just an event, it was the start of an ongoing journey, a bold experiment in nation building that still resonates powerfully today. Thanks for watching our deep dive into this pivotal moment in history. If you found this journey back in time fascinating, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next story. Let us know in the comments which country's history you'd like us to explore next.